myself, but also I'm learning to communicate with email and all the things that are happening. And it is so critical that we learn computers, and the graduates of this school are very privileged to be able to have that opportunity. But it's good for India, it's good for the economy, and it's very, very important. Let me also say that I'm very grateful for the statue of Gandhi. It shall go in my office, and I'm very, very proud of that. It will sit right behind my desk, and Murli, you're going to help me get it back to the United States. You don't know that yet, but you're going to package it up for me and so forth. But in any event, a little job for you. But let me just say a few words about India's economy and the future of these young people who will be taking jobs. I have a sense that India is on the verge of a breakthrough in the economy and as a nation. I've long admired India because India has so many different religions, Nepal and Bangladesh, but I think it's the most promising moment now. I had the honor of meeting your Prime Minister, who's a very nice man. You know, some people say that a coalition government with so many in the coalition can't work. But look at Italy. It has prospered. It's had coalition governments for 30 years. So it can work. Let me also say that India is getting along better with her neighbors now. I'm glad of the Prime Minister's doctrine. He's trying to upgrade the treatment of Nepal. He's given Nepal the route to the sea, and Nepal in turn is going to work hard on building some hydro energy plants to get more electricity and energy into India, and that's very important. And the same thing is true of relations. Now, the United States, I'm one of those voices that say the United States should upgrade our trade relations and our interest in India. And part of my reason is for the United States' own interest, because we have some disagreements sometimes with China on human rights and on their supplying of certain materials to Iran and other countries. And the best way to put pressure on China is to be friendly with her neighbors around her. And indeed, we do have good relations with all those countries. We have good relations with India. But by upgrading our relationships with India, we could put pressure on China. There was a book written in 1960 by Hans Morgenthau called Politics Among Nations, in which he talks about the need to, if you have kind of a difficult relationship with another great nation, you can best, rather than confronting that nation, if you make friends and have trade with their nearby neighbors, you can put certain types of pressure on them. And that's part of the reason that the United States should upgrade its foreign policy with India. Now, granted, the American foreign policy establishment has got a number of things. It's got NATO, it's got the Middle East, it's got Latin America, it's got China. But it's been my feeling for many years that India is the world's largest democracy, and we can benefit in trade because we have a synergistic relationship. We have relationships in that India can produce certain types of software that we need in the United States. There are things that we need to trade and to work on. So I come before you with a great deal of gratitude. Let me say that our country, the United States, also has similar problems. We live in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., where most of the high school graduates do not learn to use a computer, believe it or not. And we are working on that. But some of our inner cities have immense problems in the United States. So I can identify we have some of the same struggle in our own society. So I thank you very, very much. It was my privilege in the Senate last year to author the telecommunications bill, our big telecommunications bill. It took It was a 9-year effort to get it passed. And I worked on it for 9 years. That's how slow our Congress is sometimes. But it went to the idea of bringing telecommunications, bringing computers to every school child in America. I know that your problems are much vaster in terms of numbers, but what you're doing here is very, very important because it's bringing India into the telecommunications world. It's bringing India into the computer world to have trained people who can operate computers. It's very, very important. I'm just honored to be here amongst you. I give you every bit of my sincerest congratulations. Thank you very much.